Welcome to Pax Europiana here from Schönbrunn for the unofficial launch of the Austrian People's Petition, the Volksbegehren for the NATO membership. It's now time for Austria to join NATO. It's long overdue actually, we should have done that in '95. But now when Sweden and Finland have made this historic decision, it's time for Austria to start the process and of course to take Kosovo and Bosnia with us. We anyhow secure these beautiful countries via our NATO obligations. We are in anyhow more or less completely member of NATO already in everything but the name, but we never explained it to the Austrian people because in reality we have undermined neutrality already a long time with EU membership and with all the additional obligations which we entered in the last years. So it's time to make the full integration. I asked many of the Austrian politicians to lead this campaign, but they were not ready because they have explained since '55 that Austria wanted to be neutral, but we never wanted. And then we built some of our identity on this bridge to Russia, on neutrality, this peace narrative, which we all see that was a holy lie. Russia was never ready for being bridged, didn't need a bridge, and was also never ready for peace. It's a warmongering nation. We shouldn't have any contact with such a country. So ultimately it's now time for NATO. It's absolutely the moment where we have to make it very clear to the population that this is the moment to do it. There was no referendum as well in Finland, in Sweden, in Montenegro, North Macedonia. I'm always criticized because the idea of democracy is not that everybody is everybody is free to talk, actually me as well here, even when many people disagree. But the question is what is the most important for the country and how to be safe and secure. And obviously that's in NATO because, by the way, everybody else is already in NATO. And what makes us different to all the other countries? That we are more anti-American, more anti-Semite, more anti-capitalist, more pro-Russian, more pro-dictatorship, more pro-genocide. Is this the reason? Yeah. And I see a lot of these people who think that the NATO will take the young people into the wars. So these arguments. Please, then let's end the military draft. I was always against that one. You know, only voluntary people should be then ready to fight. If not, there's a full-scale war. I also don't think that Russia will really attack us, to be honest. But the point is that we should be in full solidarity with Ukraine, which is attacked. And then we should not hide under neutrality and say we are somehow the peaceful guys. I mean, this is so bad. It's so mean. It's so terrible, this anti-solidarity, egocentric narrative of Austria. Only we matter, let's give up, let's surrender to Russia, and all this, what the Austrian mainstream media unfortunately is now preparing under the leadership of Karl Nehammer. But I want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I call actually for a coalition of the Christian Democrats, of the Social Democrats, of the Liberals and of the Green, because the nationalists are anyhow lost completely to Russia. But all these four countries to make this decision in the parliament together. That is the best way to avoid referendum and political fights. Just basically do it. And also, Mr. van der Bellen, I will also endorse your presidency, but just sign the application. And that is the best way forward, yeah, because we should be a normal country. Only Malta, Ireland and Cyprus. Cyprus wants to join NATO. Then it's only one Mediterranean island and one Irish country which anyhow we have shown a lot of solidarity. They don't know the word solidarity in Ireland. I'm also very much against that, and I hope that the British and the Americans will discuss about the Irish question in the future and also invite them to join NATO. If they then leave, you know, we can also, honestly, if Austria, Ireland, Malta and Cyprus leave the European Union, okay, the EU will further exist. You know, if we really then decide that the warmongering West is too hard for us, it's, by the way, all the same people. The Germans are in NATO and in the EU, the Italians are in NATO and in the EU, even the Hungarians, which overstretch our patience all the time. I'm very much in favor, you know, suspend them from the EU and NATO if they don't want. So good, then they have to live with the consequences. Goodbye. You know, I have lost all the patience with Putin and with Orban and with Vucic, and hopefully the Austrians will return to the West. fully. Yeah, how to do it, you know? Sorry, I was just in the swimming pool. The thing is, want to be very clear. I understand that many Austrians who went to school here, they will not sign this people's petition. I call for the new Austrians, for the Bosnians, for the Kosovo people, for the Germans, for the Romanians, for the Bulgarians, for the Hungarians, yeah, for the Slovaks, for the Czechs, for the Poles, yeah, who are now Austrians. We have more than 1.5 million more people, and I call them to sign this petition. Because why should they always then be under the attack that they are from a NATO warmongering country and they can be so happy to live in peaceful Austria? I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah? We liberated Kosovo and Bosnia. We are in NATO secure in Europe. Everybody can be happy to be under the American security umbrella. Just one country is run by extreme left-wing and extreme right-wing narrative, which they don't even know, but they repeat every day in television. Some Stalin or kind of anti-American nationalistic Nazi ideology. This whole anti-Americanism of the extreme right is coming from Hitler, and they're on the other side from Stalin. They hated America because it was the power that defeated the Nazis and contained the Soviets. They hated, and then they have somehow Austria, the place of peace. I mean, we were liberated by the from the Nazis by the Americans. 1,000 billion was the investment of America alone in the Soviet Union in order to defeat the Nazis, and then additionally in Britain and the rest of the liberation, and of course then the Marshall Plan. Enormous amounts were invested in European freedom and to keep it free from the Soviets then during the Cold War, which was again extremely expensive. So thanks America. I can just say I'm very sorry for Austrian anti-Americanism. I'm ashamed all the time. I was happy I could live many years outside in Kosovo and in Bosnia, also in Bosnia and Albania, not in Bosnia, but in Kosovo and in Albania, where they're very pro-American, and I was very happy there. Yes, I came back now and I want to lead this country, and I want to not lead, that's for the president, but I want to make sure that Austria joins NATO, because we should be just a normal country. We are not exceptionally, we are just like as exceptional as everybody else in Europe, and it's a wonderful place, I like it, but this hatred against America, this left-wing and right-wing hatred of Jews and of capitalism and of Americans, this is really very annoying and bases on some kind of exceptionist narrative of arrogance, especially in Vienna, which is very, very annoying for me since 30 years, since I first came to Vienna. And this kind of Habsburgian despite them basically having challenged America and the West in this completely boxed up war, they still have this arrogance very deeply in their hearts here, and that's very annoying. Can we not be just a normal country, like Germany, like Italy, like everybody else, and a bit more decent, modest and normal? That's my call. So please join NATO and support my people's petition, our people's petition, and Austria be secure and normal in NATO. Thanks a lot for that, and more to come. And please, that's very good for Kosovo and for Bosnia as well to join, obviously. Okay, thanks a lot, all the best, bye.